Hello, I am Sandra Lee with miracleinspirations.com and the Breathe Life's Inspirations blog, doing a Facebook Live about chemical exposures and the impact they have on our long-term health. So hand sanitizers and disinfectants have been running like water with the coronavirus pandemic. Could there be impacts on our health from this? To illustrate this, I'm going to tell you a story about what had me start thinking about this. I was doing a biofield tuning session with one of my clients who's in Olympia. And this is a person who is postmenopausal and has been for quite a while. For a couple of months, she has been having PMS symptoms, premenstrual symptoms similar to what she had when she was younger and menstruating. Someone who would normally not be having any of these hormonal symptoms has been having them for the past couple of months. What's going on? So I was looking at that and tracking back. So it's like hormones, what impacts hormone balance? The liver is a big part of hormone balance because the liver takes hormones when we are done with them, when our bodies are done with them, and it detoxifies them, gets rid of what's left of that material. So the liver is required to work to get rid of what's left of the hormones. What can cause the liver to have difficulty in doing that, leading the person to then have hormonal symptoms? Another thing that the liver does is it's important in detoxification. The liver is very much involved in what are called phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification. Taking a toxic chemical and changing it, and then taking that toxic chemical that's been changed and preparing it and actually getting rid of it, helping the body to be able to eliminate that chemical. Liver is very much involved in detoxification. Well, suddenly I realized we have so much more exposure to chemicals since the coronavirus with all these disinfectants and hand sanitizers. So that made that connection for me. I went back. We have a symptom and we backtrack and look at where could that be coming from. And it's like, oh, chemical exposure. So I did biofield tuning for her to support her in detoxification. One of the important organs that's involved in detoxification is the large intestine, because it's up to the large intestine to package up what's left of the solids of our food, as well as whatever chemicals our body is able to get rid of through the colon. So I worked on her colon with biofield tuning. I worked on her liver. And then I worked with her on her body's overall ability to have more hormone balance. So understanding in this time where we've got this added load of toxic chemicals that our bodies are having to deal with, and consider that there might be a long-term impact. We're told that we just need to disinfect our hands anytime we touch anything, anytime we go outside, when we need to disinfect all the surfaces, which means I am being exposed to those chemicals, certainly when I'm putting them on my hands, absorbs through the skin into the bloodstream. And if I am using something to clean surfaces, I'm also being exposed my hands, if I'm not using gloves, my hands, and I'm breathing those chemicals in. Depending on where you source your cleaning materials from, you could be using toxic chemicals. So in one of my earlier Facebook Live posts, I was talking about chemicals and our exposure to chemicals. Cleaning supplies are a really big source of chemicals in the normal daily household life. So if you are using the standard chemicals that are out there, you very well could be being exposed to some of those toxins. Unfortunately, a lot of the toxic chemicals in these kinds of cleaning chemicals are estrogen mimics, or they are close enough to estrogen estrogen-like compounds that our body treats them as if they are estrogens, contributing to a lot of people out there having something that's called estrogen dominance. You might have heard that term. Estrogen dominance comes about when your body's own natural estrogens, men and women have both estrogen and testosterone, by the way, and progesterone. But there's supposed to be a balance of these hormones, estrogen and progesterone, in balance in our bodies helps us to be healthy and to feel good, to have the energy and motivation to do the things we want to do, not get too upset. So if we are exposed to estrogen-like compounds or estrogen mimics through our environment, some of them come in through our food, some of them come in through our cleaning chemicals or the other chemicals we're exposed to, some of them come from our body care products, our skincare products have a lot of these chemicals in them. And unfortunately, some of the compounds that they spray on our foods while they are being produced are estrogenic, estrogen-like compounds. Some of the chemicals that they may use on the livestock that they are raising that then become our food could be estrogen or estrogen mimics or estrogen related. So all of these chemicals that we are exposed to day to day can create that imbalance of hormones in our bodies that can lead us to be symptomatic. And then we add on this extra load that we didn't have before of hand sanitizers and cleaners, and that can push someone whose body had been kind of managing its hormone balance and the toxic exposure that it had on an ongoing basis, and it pushes it over the edge. So in the case of my client, she had symptoms of hormone imbalance. There are a lot of people who have long-term chronic conditions, some of which are considered autoimmune conditions, some may not be autoimmune, but there are a lot of people I have heard who say that over the course of their life, the time when they pinpoint as the source of a decline in their health and the beginning of a significant health condition was when they had a toxic chemical exposure. When they had a big exposure to chemicals that they were not previously exposed to, contributed to the decline in their health because it's a load on the immune system. It's a load on your body's ability to function. So their health slowly declined because they were suddenly not able to deal with that chemical exposure. So looking at us today with this sudden influx, it's really pretty sudden. It's been 4 months now, but influx of these chemicals, extra load on the body, extra stress on the body, potentially impacting health already, like my client, who for a couple of months has been having this sign of hormone imbalance. What other things might you be experiencing as your body is attempting to deal with these extra chemicals? You could have detoxification symptoms. There's a whole range of detoxification symptoms that you could have. You might be having a rash on your skin, itchiness, red spots. You could be having headaches or muscle aches, joint issues, a whole range of different things. One sign that your body is doing more work on detoxification is your urine and your feces may look different, have a different consistency. That could be either diarrhea or constipation. Could be they just smell more, a different color. So all of those are signs that your body is doing the best that it can to detoxify. And if you are having symptoms, any of those symptoms I described, that could be a sign that your body is struggling in the detoxification that is being required of it. So do what you can to support your health during this time. Doing what you can to provide extra support for your body's detoxification mechanisms. One really important thing to do that's relatively easy is taking nutritional supplements that provide liver support. You go to the health food store, you'll be able to talk to the people, the staff there, and say, I had someone recommend to me that I take supplements that support liver detoxification. What can you recommend? Personally, I don't know the specifics. So go to someone who knows about those kinds of things. If you see a healthcare provider, talk with them about maybe getting something that provides you with liver support. You want to go on the internet and do some research. What foods are supportive of liver detoxification? That can help you as well. And take care of your colon. Your colon is really important in being able to help you eliminate these substances. If you don't, your body will absorb them again. What the large intestine does is it pulls whatever is useful out of the remainders of your food. A lot of it is water. So it pulls that back into your system so you're not getting rid of it all, and then packages up what's left, the solid material remaining from your food and whatever toxins your body was able to eliminate into your stool. So it packages that up and then gets rid of it. But if you are constipated and you are retaining those materials in your colon longer than they really need to be there, what's going to happen? Your body could potentially absorb them back in from your feces. So you wind up being poisoned by them all over again because you were not able to actually eliminate them. So supporting your large intestine in being able to eliminate those materials. So if you have constipation, then doing what you can to support that elimination. Now, I'm not saying you necessarily need to take laxatives. That's like taking a drug to get rid of a symptom. Taking laxatives is a way to get your stool moving without actually taking care of why you have constipation in the first place. That's a much more involved conversation. So get support for that. Maybe go to your healthcare provider and say, I have constipation. What can I do about that? And they can investigate and figure out what the best approach would be for you. So making sure you drink enough water, and that supports your body in being able to wash away as many of those toxins as they can, help your stools to be able to move, provide support for your liver. You can also provide stimulation for your skin. Your skin is your largest eliminative organ, the largest organ your body has for eliminating toxins. So just providing a little bit of support for your body in eliminating through the skin. What that can look like is just taking a washcloth when you bathe and just gently stimulating and rubbing your skin. I'm not talking about rubbing it so much that you make it raw or anything like that, but just providing that little bit of extra stimulation for the skin to support it in detoxifying. Some people do something called dry brushing, using a loofah or a brush to get the lymphatic fluid moving in the body, supported for your elimination, supported for detoxification, and supported for your skin and overall health. So those are some things you can do to support your detoxification. If you are interested in having some biofield tuning with me to support your body in being healthy and these processes of elimination, then I would be happy to help you do that. You are welcome to contact me through my website, miracle-inspirations.com. I'm going to post this on Facebook. You can contact me through Facebook, and my email, but that should be accessible to you through the website. I hope this has been helpful. I look forward to talking with you again about another topic. Sandra Lee with miracle-inspirations.com and the Breathe Life Inspiration blog, doing Facebook Live. Ask me anything. If there's anything you want me to talk about here on Facebook Live, let me know. Have a great day. Breathe.